is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's all gloomy and misty today, but I gotta get the content for you guys. I got a couple good videos that I'm gonna be filming today. Yeah, it's expected to rain, but I was like, whatever. I was gonna film a garage video, but figured why not just go on a ride. If it rains, whatever. I've been wanting to ride. Alright, so for today's topic, I actually forgot that it's been pretty much over a year since owning the R1M. I got it last year in July, so it's actually been like 2-3 months over. But yeah, I did a 1-year review on my Ninja H2, so it's only fair if I do a 1-year review of the beautiful Yamaha R1M, since I ride this bike more than the H2. Well, technically in the start I rode the H2 way more than I decided to slow down on riding the H2. Thank you so much, because I was putting R8. I was putting too many miles on the H2 and I didn't want that on that bike, which is one of the reasons I got the Yamaha R1M. I was gonna rev, but sometimes there's cops hiding in the gas station right here, so play it safe, you know. I don't want to get a ticket right away in the start of the video. But yeah, I was saying, it passed by super fast, honestly. Like, I can't believe I've had this bike for over a year. That's a very long time. And this bike has been amazing. Obviously I'm going to talk about the good, the bad, but there's definitely way more good than bad with this bike. Definitely it's a bike that I have a connection to, you know. Like I always tell everyone asks me like, oh, what's the first bike I should get, or what motorcycle in general I should get, or they ask me like, oh, is this one better than the H2, or is this one better than the V4? And honestly, it's all subjective. All these leader bikes, they're the top end leader bikes, they're all amazing. It's all preference based on what you like. You can't really go wrong with any of those leader bikes. It's just based on what you prefer. And the R1M is definitely like the motorcycle that I prefer, like off the leader bikes. I thought the RI is gonna want to play, but I guess not. Yeah, as I was saying, guys, like it's such an amazing bike that like is just perfect for me. I describe it as like a really fun bike, but at the same time you can like daily, you know. It's just super nimble. Such an experience, you know. That crossplane engine, I know some people don't like it, but I personally think it's super unique, super rare, and it just, you know, sounds different. It's such like a nice roar, you know. The V4 sounds better idling, but I feel like when you get going, the R1M actually sounds better. Like, come on, listen to that engine. The beautiful Toast exhaust. I don't know if it can get much better than this. The first thing that I'm gonna mention is actually something bad, something that got me really frustrated with the R1M, and at some point I actually thought about getting rid of this bike because of that one thing. Obviously I didn't end up selling it because I was like, nah, never mind, this is one of my dream bikes and what am I doing, you know. Why would I want to do that? But at that time, that kind of thing was a little bit of a deal breaker for me. It really bothered me. So if you don't know, there's a recall on the 2015 and I believe 2016 models as well, Yamaha R1 and R1Ms. But from what I understood is that it's not verified. I just did a bunch of research about this issue and all, and apparently a lot of the R1Ms have this problem, and that is that sometimes the bike, so right now it's running, it's at 195. It's a little bit on the hot side because I'm not hitting freeways, you know, it's a lot of waiting in traffic signs and all that, or traffic lights. So if I just turn this off and just keep the ignition on, so like the electronics running, the issue is that apparently the fans overwork the battery or something like that, and the bike just goes black. It literally hits an EMP and it just goes dark. It just dies on you. It wouldn't want to start, and it's really frustrating sometimes because if you're going on a ride, you don't want that to happen to you, and that's exactly what happened to me and why it was such a deal breaker for me at some point. It's annoying, but there's a very simple fix for it. If the bike is too hot, just don't let the fans run for too long or it's gonna kill your battery. So I simply did that. Like, I just turned off both the engine and the ignition, and I haven't had the problem ever since. Initially I thought it was a shitty battery, so I replaced it with a really high quality battery. Did that and it happened again, so I figured that it wasn't just a battery like a replacement issue, it's an issue with like the bike itself. It's really annoying, but it's an easy fix. Just be aware of your fans. If the bike is like cool, it's been sitting for a while and the fans aren't on, you can actually leave your daylights on and just turn the key and just have the lights running, and everything is going to be fine. It's going to operate normal. But when the bike is hot, don't do that, because the fans will kick on and it will kill your battery pretty much. That's this one thing. The bike has been like amazing, you know, no issues. It's a great bike. It's so much fun on the canyons. Like, gives you such a, like, I don't know, you can trust the bike a lot, and maybe that's just me because I ride it often and I'm just very used to it, but definitely one of my favorite bikes to take to the canyon. Maintenance on it is just like any other bike. The valve adjustment is going to be harder than a regular inline 4 engine. That job itself is going to cost you more, but the good news is most bikes require a valve adjustment at like 15,000 miles. On the R1M it's actually 21 if I'm not wrong, but it's over 20,000 miles, so you don't need a valve adjustment for a really long time on this bike. Other than that, I have almost, I believe, 7,000 miles on the bike. The beautiful thing about the R1M, unlike my other bikes, it comes almost like ready, you know, like I didn't add too many parts for it to look this good. That's the nice thing about it. Like, even the H2, I added way more parts than this bike because it came with like a lot of plastic pieces and stuff like that. I would like to do some more carbon, like here and here, maybe the frame, stuff like that, but the bike already has so much carbon fiber OEM stock, so like I didn't feel the need that like, oh, I need to add so many items for it to make it look, you know, really nice and how I want it to look. Most like brands I've been on, and this definitely has way more character than your typical inline 4 bikes. Like, to me, this is a good in between Panigale V4 and an S1000, you know what I mean? S1000 is very refined, it's very, I would say, soulless, you know, like it's just a refined, better version of an inline 4, the Japanese inline 4, you know, just more electronics, a nicer screen, you know, just nicer. The V4 is kind of like on the opposite end on an S1000, where it's just like super aggressive, super like raw and rumbly, you know what I mean? Not the best daily. This bike is right in between, where you get that like unique sound, the beautiful aesthetics, the crazy look of the bike. I don't know, it's just that like sweet spot right in the middle, and to me that's exactly kind of what I was looking for. I've taken this bike racing to the canyons everywhere, and it performed amazingly. Definitely, it's, even though it's one of the like least horsepower vehicles in comparison to like the ZX-10R or Panigale V4, the S1000, it still is a very fast bike, and you honestly don't feel that much of a difference unless you're against someone that is similar weight, like knows how to ride their bike as good as you, and they have a little bit more power. Then maybe you'll feel a difference. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this 1-year review. I just wanted to talk about like how amazing this bike has been, because to me, like, the year passed by really fast, and you know what people say, when you're having fun, time flies. So it's been a great 1 year with a beautiful Yamaha R1M, hopefully more years to come. And yeah, if you guys want an R1, or do you want any leader bike, don't just kind of take my word for it. You should experience the bike for yourself, because each person would want something specific from a bike. I hope you enjoyed this video, 1 year review of the R1M. I'll give you a few revs before I head out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out. Ride safe.